Hi, this is Tapcat. Welcome back to the Banner Saga. We have just made it to Frostvel. Let's see, we jostle through the crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of the town for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddleaf finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotzbalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The dredge are everywhere. And the children of Frostvel, the chieftain of Frostvel has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gate. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Well, it would be nice to have more information. So what can we do about that? I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. Well, I must say, if we're counting on this place to offer protection from the dredge, breaking the gate down may not be the very best way to do that. Alright, let me look at heroes first. I can't remember if we have anybody ready to be promoted. It doesn't really look like it. Everybody's good and everybody's rested. That's kind of nice. Let's go to the market. I would not mind more supplies. 10 days is not great. One renown gets 3 supplies. So this is the key thing here. Let me try to at least get back up to 15. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to spend all but 6 of my renown. Before I do that, is any of this stuff game-changing? I wouldn't mind having that, but whatever. We'll just do this. Alright. I mean, it gets me a little bit. So, I don't need to worry about any of that. I guess we go to the gate. We approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pin-cushion bodies lie unclaimed, as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? Let's try something else. This is a waste. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses, says Oddly. Oh, yeah, you kind of already said you were going to do that. Okay, maybe I didn't understand. Maybe I have to go here? Okay. I thought it meant we were going to rest. Anyway, we spent a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There were a lot of wounded people here, adds Alat. We could help them. Gil pulls us aside. I followed the outside of the city walls, and there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might open the gates from the inside. I think that's what we got to do. Oh, we could tend to the wounded. I mean, does that help me? Not to be mean. Let's do it. Alad and Oddleaf spend the day along with others treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Huh. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight... Yeah, let's leave the food cart alone. So, let's just do the water passage. I'm not fitting through there, Ivor says. Go without me. Alright, wait for us at the gate. When Gil said water, you should have guessed runoff. Still, you managed to squeeze your way through tight stonework and force your way past an iron grate. You take stairs to the top of the walls. As you approach the gates, armed men take notice. They don't ask questions. I think that means we're about to have a fight. So this is kind of an interesting one. You know, Alat doesn't want to have to fight other humans. This is kind of rough because she's my only other level 2 aside from Rook. But, you know, whatever. I'll try. Maybe I'll get my butt kicked. I don't know. Do I want to? No, I think I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, I know. Well, are you going to let me go? Come on. Yeah, this should be interesting with only 5 people. I hope this fight isn't too tough. Huh. Okay, I tell you what. I mean, she's down here by herself. I'm thinking we have a legit chance to wreck her. I don't think we need, like, everybody necessarily. Actually, I want all the time I can get, so. Alright. I'm going to move forward 1 notch and do Stonewall. Crap. Went right past them. Awesome. I'm so happy that happened. Wrong guy. I thought it was her. This is one thing I do find frustrating about Banner Saga. Like, there's no undo on your move as far as I know. So I just screwed myself. Like, that's it. That's irreversible. And it seems to me like when you haven't... Let me just make sure. Yeah, no. When you haven't taken an action, I wish it would let you roll that back. But I don't see anything. You know, I can try... Yeah, alright, whatever. I played with the controller a little bit. I'm afraid I'm going to hit something that's going to, you know, do me all kinds of harm. So, I just wasted a turn for one of my guys. That's the deal. So, let's try and fix it. I can't quite kill her, but I can sure wreck her strength so she can't hurt anybody else in any meaningful way. Breaking armor is the absolute best she can hope for. Let me see if Oddleaf can get the kill. Yeah, not guaranteed, but hopefully I get it. Alright. So I got there really ugly, but I got there. Okay, this is going to be a good attack. I can get 3 people to hit this guy. Oddleaf should go. Well, I guess she wasn't in range. Alright. Well, that's too bad. Okay, rather than use stone wall, I'm going to try and, you know, kind of wreck this archer a little bit. I'm glad I didn't use stone wall, because they just ignored him. Alright, let's start putting a dent in these guys now. I want to take care of business before this guy comes over, because it's going to hurt when he does. Yep. Kill. Alright. That's pretty huge, actually. Getting another guy down. And then we'll bring Oddleaf over. And I think I'm going to try to finish... Well... Okay. Forget finishing. Wow, this is actually kind of a tough choice, oddly. Let me do this. Let's get his armor down. So hopefully one of the real fighters can, you know, take this idiot out. So... Alright. I don't know if we'll get the kill. Yes, we did. Beautiful. Alright, that was actually pretty important. Because now, literally, this guy is the only one we still have to fight. He's going to get in a good shot, and then I feel like, you know, we're on our way here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to come up top. When Rook gets to mark prey, we're going to just wreck this guy. Wow. Even with his armor that damaged, I wasn't guaranteed to do damage. That's because she's been hurt so badly. Alright, literally all of us can attack. Yeah. It's like watching Julius Caesar's assassination, basically. That's pretty gross. Not really gross, I just meant, you know, like intense or gruesome. Where all these guys are sticking a shiv in them. Alright, lots of promotions. That's really good to see. I can't pay for it. I've got like 13 renown, so that's a problem, but... Well, we meet somebody new, Ekil. What in the depths are you doing? Letting ourselves in. I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just let in here? Dead. All those women and children with you? Dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Scal. What are you talking about? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters and a Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Ekil, and I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave. He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story anyway. So they just straight up murdered anyone who wasn't a fighter. At least 3 clans in here are warring over turf and food, and the worst are the god-forsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there? Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me and to take back Frostfell. Ivor says I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. That's hard. That really is. Because the problem is you don't know if you can trust any of these people. We could just fend for ourselves, I guess. Alright. So, he thought about fighting us and let it go. Says, good luck then. Hope we don't meet again fighting for the same scraps. But the gates closed. Echo and his men disappear down dark alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. No kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty hard. There's all these people you don't know, and one guy tells you a story. Whether that's true or not, who can say? Alright, I guess we're going back to the group that's mostly Varl. Heck on, we're back. I was able to get as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies, too. Wow, 100 more Varl, 100 fighters, 200 supplies. You perk up, just now realizing Mager has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Heck on? Yeah, I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eirik. Eirik? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound is healed, Luden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. I am tempted to tell him to go away, but Luden makes his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Yeah, like you know what our job is. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. Heck on. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hekon? Tell them we cover the mountainside and dredge bodies. Good. Give the word, and we'll set off. Oh my gosh, 2 more conversations? Hakon says, I'd ask how you're dealing with Wagner's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Mager, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Wagner to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Well, he was there with Luden. Luden probably stuck a spear in the back of his neck. I don't trust him. Anyway, that's me, not the game. It just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. Well, that's asking a lot. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl. Half of them want to hit each other. The rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Luden's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Luden's pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Ursa. She's probably the best fighter Luden's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the Witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hekon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That does make more sense. Don't let her find out. What were you holding back about Wagner? I'd rather not say. Why not? It's the kind of thing that it'd get stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. All right, if you say so. If there's a reason to bring it up again, I will. All right, I'm not going to ask him about being in command. I think that's fine. All right, let me know if you need anything else. So we still have another conversation with Ivor. I think that's his name, right? Ivor. You knew him well, didn't you? Ubin. Sorry, Ivor is with Rook. Wagner? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. Well, I could use help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an act. They need to respect you. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mager's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. What are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Arborang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Luden's? Gods forbid. Ha, you relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Crummer is close, I think, but the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, although the scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery baron for Jornder now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal? Hence? Don't get fancy on my account. Heck on. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Yeah, this I'd like to know. Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha. All right, get some rest. More marching to do, as always. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Woo, man. I'm going to have to drink a gallon of water after this episode. This is talk. All right, so we can look at our heroes. I don't know if anybody... Yeah, he needs a promotion. And unlike Rook's group, these guys actually have some renown to spend. So that's fine. I'll promote Gunnulf. So let's see. Let's do this. Get my shield breaking up. And let's give him some armor. Criminy, man. Dude is such a china teacup. Alright. I think that's about all we can do. So we leave. This is such an interesting world. You know, I think one of the things I find really interesting is the way they clearly use Norse mythology as an inspiration, but then just totally took it in different ways, you know, with the Varl and these different, like this world. It is not Norse mythology, but they did a really nice job of using that as just a starting point to jump off from. Anyway, look at that, says Maugre. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Luden overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't. I thought you did. Yeah, let's do this. Caravan stops and waits while we lead a small detachment. So let's go. Alright, well, this is going to be a small group. Yeah, I'm good with this. I hope it's a small group of Varl, or I'm going to be in deep crap, man. This could be a very difficult fight, to be honest. It really could. Wow. I don't like how this lays out at all. But hopefully we can make it work. I thought I had him first. Unfortunate. And I can't... Oh, I can get to this guy. Alright, I'll do it. Yeah. Let's just hit him as hard as we can. And that way, the only thing he can do is armor break. What just really hurts so badly. Damn, I can't get to either one of them. Alright, well then I'm not going to waste one of my willpower. But yeah, what just wrecks you is before you even get a chance to do anything, and you know, one of them will hit you for some ungodly amount of damage against your strength. Sucks. Alright, so that's two guys. I mean, they're not out of the fight. They can definitely break armor and be a factor, but they're not going to be doing major damage. I am not getting this the way I wanted it to be. This is a waste. I'm going to do this. Try for the kill. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, the reason I said it was a waste is simply because of the fact that he was going to be able to kill no matter what. So breaking armor, like why? Alright, so there's another guy who's not going to be hitting quite so hard anymore. Alright. So, I think, yeah, this could be an issue. And it was. Let's kill this one. That's what I'd like to do at this point, is really start, you know, finishing some of these clowns off. This is the only guy I can get to. That's just not worth doing. You know what? I'm just going to move and try to get in position for a future turn. Because yeah, see, I can kill him anyway. So what would be the point in breaking a little armor or something? Like, let's just get going. And oh, really? I'm going to be one short? I'll just do this. I don't think the difference between having him 1 health versus 2 is meaningful. So his strength is definitely taking a beating, but I still have enough oomph to kind of take the wind out of that guy's sails. Alright, let's see. Perfect. Lethal damage. Boom. So there's only one guy at full strength. We're doing okay, actually. And to be able to get in my first shot before he can is really big. Let me do this. Let's blow the horn. Now I can hit him for 7. Yeah. Well, alright. Let's do this. This will not only let me hit the one guy, but it'll put him in position to take this guy next turn, potentially. Oh, sorry. I kind of screwed up. Hit the wrong button. Didn't realize it at first. But I think we pretty much have this fight under control. At this point, it's more about mopping up and trying not to let anybody get injured. But I don't think anyone is even close to dropping. He has the lowest health at 5, and honestly, I'll just hold him back. In fact, here. Alright. Wow, it's really hard to tell sometimes which tile I want. But this is the end of this guy. Beautiful. That went really well, actually. So I guess I'm glad we didn't... Oh, no, sorry. I got confused between 2 different fights. I was thinking of Alette. I was going to say, I'm glad we didn't bring Alette, but no, never mind. So we picked up 8 renown. I'm cool with that. And you know what? Actually, we're right on time to wrap this episode up. So that's cool. We got in a couple of fights this time. And then, you know, let's just do this before we go. I believe we have a promotion we can do. We have a couple. All right. Well, then, you know what? I'll consider what I want to do, and we'll do it when we come back. So that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope we see you next time.